Hey, this is Tay Rosé, and you are tuning into Makeup for Teens. Yes. So, this is a new series that I'm coming out with, and a lot of you may be wondering to yourself, so, what made you come up with this idea, Tay? So, here's why. So, you know how YouTube has the podcast feature? Yes, so I was inspired by that, and so I was thinking to myself, I might want to do a podcast, but then I've been on again, off again about it, and then it dawned on me that I'm going to be in a new decade next month, which this is June 14th, 2024, just in case I don't edit it just in time. But before that, I was on Lemon 8, and I was asking everyone, I was like, okay, so I want to make a podcast, but do you have any ideas? Because I know I have an idea in my head, but then people may want something different than what I'm thinking. So this one individual said that they want to know appropriate makeup for teenagers. So that is what I will be doing. I will be talking about different makeup brands that are appropriate for teenagers, alongside with what I wore when I was a teenager. So it's not just going to be about me saying, you need to wear this, you need to wear this, you need to wear this. It's going to be me saying, I wore this brand, so I feel like you should wear this brand as well. So that is the type of vibe that I'm on. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to do any of that. This is a judgment-free zone, if that makes any sense. Enough of the talking. I just want to give you a brief preview of what this whole series is going to be about, and it's going to be about makeup for teens, okay? And if anything, and you want me to extend it to skincare, I am more than happy to do that as well. Just leave a comment down below. But the first makeup brand that I'm going to talk about is e.l.f. for this first episode. Now, I remember wearing e.l.f. when I was in high school and college. But the one thing with me, I never touched foundation until I was old enough, okay? Never ever have I done foundation. I never did foundation. I always did like mascaras. I always did little lipsticks, eyeshadows. That's what I did throughout my high school, college times. Even though college, I was starting to delve into foundation towards my sophomore year. Towards my junior year of college, that's when I started to delve into the foundation, because I did have my first YouTube channel that was So Nice Taymani, and then because of me wanting to focus on my senior year of college, I decided to delete that channel, which that was not a smart move on myself, but hey, you live and you learn, all right? So that is what I'm focusing on right now. It's about me telling you about some makeup that is appropriate for teenagers. So again, I wore e.l.f. when I was in high school and college. I'll say that when e.l.f. first came out, the products were not bad, but it's not as great as how they are now. Like nowadays, e.l.f. is top of the top. Like e.l.f., they've come a long way. I remember growing up on that. I just, again, wore the lipsticks and the eyeshadow palettes, and you could tell they needed a lot of work. But now that we're in 2024, 10 years later, e.l.f. has come a long way. And I keep on saying it because I am very proud of how far e.l.f. has come along. And on top of that, too, besides the products being good, it is affordable, okay? I remember before there was a whole section of high-end and drugstore. It was just like, okay, e.l.f. is in Dollar Tree, e.l.f. is in Walmart. There was no specific reason behind it being in Walmart or it being in Dollar Tree. There was no sections. It was just like, okay, e.l.f. is at Walmart, e.l.f. is at Dollar Tree. But now, e.l.f. is classified as a drugstore brand, so you could get it anywhere where it is affordable, okay? And I do like that, because nowadays, no one is going to spend $30 on a lip gloss or $40 on a foundation. So we have e.l.f. and other drugstore brands to the rescue. So I'll tell you the products that I have used in my high school, college days. I remember I was in love with the matte lip color. I loved that oh so very much. I remember my two favorite shades were Nearly Nude and Tea Rose. And now I don't have it anymore because for obvious reasons I hit pan on those. But Nearly Nude was a nude shade. It was the nude shade that every girl wanted in her makeup collection, and I had that in my makeup collection. It was oh so beautiful. So I wore it every day with most of my makeup looks because, again, nude goes with everything. And then Tea Rose was like a mauvey purple shade, but it was like a baby purple shade that I wore all the time, especially throughout my college and throughout my first job. That was my main go-to, was Tea Rose, the matte lip color. And it's sad that they do not have these shades anymore. And now e.l.f. has moved on to something else. They moved on to different shade names, shade colors. But I'm just here to tell you that it was tremendous. And I didn't notice, but until a few years later, there was a hack where if you take off the bottom part of the lip, the matte lip color, there was a sharpener with no razor, and you could sharpen it so that way you can perfect your lip liner and then go in with the matte lip color, so that way everything was versatile and universal. I feel like that was really amazing. Another thing that I tried when I was younger was the primer eyeshadow, or excuse me, it was the eyeshadow primer. If you've been on my channel, I mean, you'll see that I've tried every eyeshadow primer and I'm not fond of it. And that was my first turn off, was with the eyeshadow primers that they had back then. I know they just released a new one, but just thinking about that just gave me PTSD vibes. Like, nah, I don't want to do no eyeshadow primer. I'm good with my concealer. So that is what is happening right now. I don't do any eyeshadow primers because of that. But I remember trying out the eyeshadow primers and it was not the best. So I would just wear my eyeshadow on my bare lids. Like, that is the way I did it. But then again, I was in high school, I was in college. Technically, I started to wear makeup in middle school. Like, I'm talking by the end of 6th grade, early 7th grade. And that is another story that I could talk to you about if you are interested. And then finally, this isn't a makeup product, but this is a tool that I've used by e.l.f. that I used to wear a lot, and that is the stipple brush. And I'm saying I wore because I would use this to apply my highlighters, which I just realized something. But I used to use the stipple brush a lot for my highlighters, thanks to It's My Ray Ray, because she was one that put everybody onto that it does apply your highlighter where it needs to, and it gives it the right pigmentation that you need for your makeup. So I was so happy when It's My Ray Ray showcased that to everybody. So I remember my sister and I, we both purchased each. And I still have my stipple brush till this day. Even though, no, I'm lying. This is the newer one that I have. But I love it so much, especially for my dry highlighters. So I still have that in my makeup collection. I just remembered that with the stipple brush, I would wear their highlighters too. Like, the e.l.f. highlighters back then were highlighting. Like, that bad boy. That is what you call the true strobing effect. Like, you put it on the cheekbones, you're going to strobe right away. And I remember I had one that I had to throw out because I no longer wear it. And it was a baked highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. That they still make to this day. And it, as soon as I rub it into my stipple brush and I apply it onto my face, heaven sent. It was really heaven sent. Like, it was truly amazing. I'm happy they still have that, so y'all can at least try it out. And plus too, it is affordable, so even if it does not work out for you and you don't like the shade, you don't have to worry and say, oh dang, I spend $25 on this highlighter. Like, no, you only spend a fraction of that price. So that is products that I've used when I was younger, and there are some products that I still use to this day. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, so now for some recommendations, because I know that is what a lot of you are waiting for. You're like, okay, so Tay, what do you recommend? I don't want to hear about your life story. What products do you recommend for us teenage girls? I got you. This is with your parents' permission, though. I didn't wear this when I was younger, but some parents may be okay with it. So I'll say the first product that I recommend is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Now, when this first came out in 2022, there were 8 shades. But now they've expanded to 12 shades. I like this for teenagers because it gives you the right amount of coverage and it gives you that appropriate luster that you need for your skin, especially that pick me up when you wake up 5 in the morning and you need that wake up skin. You don't want no dull skin. This definitely will brighten up your skin. That's one. And then two, you don't have to worry about over 50 shades, even though we love those brands because they're very inclusive. But with this one, there are 12 shades. And I can tell you that the shades that they had were light, fair to light, fair, medium, medium to tan, tan, tan rich. And I believe there was like a deep rich. There's plenty of shades. And now e.l.f. has come up with the neutral shades for our neutral girlies like myself. The shade that I wear is medium to tan. That's what I've been using and I've been loving it since then. I can say that that's one of the pricier ones, but it is well worth it. It is $12. It might have gone up a little because, again, everything is going up with the times that we're in. And this is a perfect dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Filter, which a lot of people are like, wait, why are they duping it? But I'm happy that e.l.f. has duped it, actually. Because not everybody's going to purchase a glow filter or a sheer to light coverage foundation for above $20. Like, no. You don't need to do that. So I say for teenage girls, the e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow Filter. I cannot talk today, but that is appropriate for you guys. Alright? It's very appropriate and gives you that nice pick-me-up. Another recommendation is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I do like that because it has 5 different shades, and I believe they released a pink in there, especially if you want to brighten up your under eyes, then you can definitely do that. I'm in the shade medium beige. I said that is really pretty, but you do have to have the right brush to apply the appropriate amount onto your skin. It's very light for the parents that are watching, for the teenagers. It's very light. You don't have to worry about it being too heavy. Like the two that I'm talking about from e.l.f., these two products, they're very breathable. So you don't have to worry about it being too heavy, especially if you're going 8 hours throughout the day. So another product that I recommend for you teenage girls is the e.l.f. Reviver Lip Oil. Now this is a dupe to the Dior lip oils. So now these ones I believe are $10, $12. Again, do not quote me on it, but I do recommend that compared to $38, $40. Like, that's not, no. And I know there are a lot of teenage girls that have it, but if you're someone that just wants to try out makeup and you want something that's affordable, go with the e.l.f. Reviver Lip Oil. Like, those are really good. And I know it's the summertime now, so I know they've released their e.l.f. Jelly Pop Reviver Lip Oil. That is tremendous as well. It gives you a little tint here and there, and it gives you the right shimmer. So I would definitely recommend that as well. Something else for the face. I'm all over the place, but that is okay. I'm just giving you products right off the bat that I recommend. I have it on my notes here. But the next product I recommend for teenage girls is the e.l.f. Sorry, I cannot talk. The e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. And there are 2 different kinds. I'm going to tell you that you only need just the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. You do not need the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Niacinamide is for anyone that is 18 and older, okay? Because it helps with brightening your skin and reducing fine lines and wrinkles. You do not need that on your skin. You're too young. Your skin is great. You don't need that. But you do need the regular Power Grip Primer. And I can say that that is a dupe to the Milk Grip Primer as well, but for an affordable price. This price has stayed the same, so I'll tell you from the bat, it is $10. So that one you can purchase and you'll be a-okay. I've used it and it does grip onto your makeup with ease, especially if you are someone that wears foundation and concealer. That is a definite go-to. If you are fortunate enough and you want to try something new for the summer, I also recommend the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. It has a nice, beautiful watermelon scent, and out of all the grip primers that e.l.f. has made, this one has the most grip there is. Now, if you have watched my vlog series, Keeping Up with Tay Rosé, I did a whole review on it again, and I said that this gives you the most grip. Like, I had my hand on my face, and it did not move. I had to, like, kind of pry it off, so that way I was able to keep going with the rest of my makeup. But that mess, it keeps your makeup on for some time. and that doesn't have any skincare ingredients. It just is the watermelon extract, which watermelon is good for hydration. We need that hydration in our skin, so I definitely recommend the Power Grip primer and the Jelly Pop Dew primer. I'm looking at my notes. I mean, my mind is all over the place, but I am making this video for you guys because I want to get the ball rolling with this. Okay, this next product, I don't recommend it for teenagers, but I know there's a lot of teenagers that they use this and it's okay. And there's two different kinds. The one that I use is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I had two shades, but I'm using Deep Caramel as one of my shades. It is full coverage. Now this is a matte finish, and that's another thing too. You have to know if you have dry skin or oily skin. If you are someone that gets oily, then go with the one that I have, the 16-Hour Camo Concealer. But if you are someone that has dry skin, you need a hydration. My niece uses this. She uses the 16-hour hydrating concealer, and she loves it. Okay, the one thing I'm going to give you a forewarning from now, the one thing is that the hydrating concealers, those will truly oxidize. It comes out a lot darker than it should, because I tried to buy one because hey, around my eyes it stays normal, it's not drying, it doesn't get oily, but it does oxidize. So you want to go into a place like Ulta where you get to test it out, walk around the store, and then see if it's going to oxidize. I wouldn't recommend you buy it and then you wear it and then oxidizes and keep it. Like, no, throw that bad boy out or just bring it back and exchange it for something else. Okay? So again, I use the 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and that is really good for the skin. Okay? If you are someone like myself that wants to get more colorful with the makeup, you don't want the dullness, you don't want the no makeup feel, I'm with you. Because I used to wear eyeshadows starting in middle school up until today. You can buy the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow. And I have one, I believe is Bad Berry. I do have a video on it. I remember there in 2020, I did a whole review on, I did a whole review on e.l.f. makeup, and that was one of them that I purchased. There are 4 shades. You have 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. I feel like that's perfect. It's like a bite size. It really is bite size. So it's not just as good for travel, but it's good for school. Let's say you're running late and your mom or your parents got to drop you off. Whoever's dropping you off to school, you just grab that, put it in your book bag or your pouch, wherever. And then you could go into the bathroom and then just fix up your face with the bite size eyeshadow primers. And those are really good. I would recommend though that as a teenager, you get something. I remember when I was growing up, I just did all gold eyeshadows. And then once I got into 8th grade, I did the blues and the pinks. But it's up to you. If you want to fully express yourself, you have the right to do that. They have 6 shades, I believe. And I'm not sure if they added any more, but they have 6 shades of the bite size eyeshadow palettes, and it's amazing. And there's a lot of pigment too. There is a lot of pigment, so I would say definitely get it, and it definitely is worth the money. And then finally, but if you are someone that is just getting into eyeshadow or makeup in general, I recommend you get the e.l.f. brush set. I know it's pricey because this is $50, but I recommend you get that for yourself because it is amazing. I remember going through my brushes, and sadly I had to throw out some of them because a lot of them stain. But then again, I bought the Christmas collection by e.l.f. But I still have some other brushes till this day by e.l.f. and they're truly amazing. They're very soft. When you apply on your makeup, whether it's eyeshadow, foundation, concealer, it just makes your makeup look slayful. You don't have to worry about anything picking up because of the brush. Like, these brushes are truly amazing. So if you could, I recommend you get the whole $50 set. But if not, and you want to get the individuals, that's okay as well. If you'd like a separate series or a separate episode on that, let me know, and I'll do that as well with recommended brushes for teenage girls. And I just realized I'm not done yet. If you are someone that likes to wear lip liners, I recommend you get the e.l.f. Glide On Lip Liner. I'm currently wearing Dark Cocoa because it is very pigmented. It gives me a true 90s vibe. But if you want something lighter, you don't want anything dark and heavy, then you can do Spill the Tea, because I also have that as well. As you can tell by now, I'm a nude lip girly, okay? I do not play around with a lot of reds and pinks. I'm a nude girl. I wear nude lip colors almost every day. That is it. I don't want to bore you with everything in this episode of makeup for teens. I am very excited to keep making these podcasts for you. Again, if you have any recommendations, you can let me know in the comments below if you are watching it. But if you are someone that is listening to it, you can go on all my socials at Miss_Tay Rose and send me a message with what you would like to hear about makeup for teens, because that is what this is solely focused on, is makeup for teens. I do want you to express yourself. I know a lot of you want to know, so what are some makeup products you recommend? I will do that for you, okay? I've been doing makeup on myself since I was 12. My sister pretty much handed me the torch, so it's been 18 years since I've been wearing makeup, and I can say that I love every bit of it. I love it also very much. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Makeup for Teens by Tay Rosé. So now the next brand I'm going to talk about next time around is going to be NYX Cosmetics, and that is going to be a very fun episode because there's a lot of products that I recommend for you girlies, and a lot of products I have tried growing up by NYX Cosmetics. So definitely like this up, share this with any teenagers or anyone really, but share this with your teenagers that want to figure out, okay, what's an affordable makeup brand to wear. Share it, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can get more content on makeup for teens and beyond. And I'll hear from you soon.